Yes, sir.
Damn, you made Matt disappear.
Hey, he went like this in the video too.
Yeah.
He's gone. But so to talk about the Minnesota Vikings, to say I was disappointed. We looked good on all the drives until we got to the fucking red zone. And then our beloved Sammy boy threw 3 interceptions. One of them was in the fucking end zone. When we literally were driving, we looked great all the way up the field until it counted, until it actually meant something, and it wasn't like we just shit the bed and had to kick field goals. We turned the fucking ball over. It just to say that our dynamic offense has been doing great all year. We didn't even get into the end zone against a struggling Jacksonville team. I was not a very happy fan. Did we get the win? Yes. Did we deserve the win? No. Because like I said, we looked good all the way up until when it counted. And that was getting touchdowns, getting field goals, putting points on the board. And we had to kick 4 field goals to win the game. So, I mean, one thing I can say, obviously, this is one thing, Coach, when you were talking earlier about your Ravens team, talking about having a bad pass coverage, having bad secondary, but being able to utilize the rushing and pressure on the quarterback. That is one thing that I think that Brian Flores does very well.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that our weakness is our secondary, so he blitzes or he does the hiding.
Yeah,
do the fake and drop back to where he's constantly making that quarterback second guess himself.
Makes perfect sense. That's why my next week's segment is going to be about that. How are we not capitalizing on not capitalizing? Sorry, that's wrong. Wrong choice of words. How is us as the Ravens knowing that, and everybody in the league knows our secondary is weak, and we are not bringing adequate pressure? We're trying to hide it in some kind of way. So, yeah, go ahead.
That is one thing that I think that Brian Flores does great, is that he knows that our secondaries are weakness, but when he puts the pressure on the quarterback so much, that's why he's creating turnovers by our secondary, because our secondary doesn't have anything really. We have a past the prime Gilmore. We have, we don't have crazy names in our secondary. And if you think about it, we didn't really add. He's the only addition that we added over the offseason. And last year, we were getting destroyed in our secondary in the passing game. So that's one thing that I do like about him. I think that he does great with scheming. He does great with finding a way to make our defense better than it actually is. But yeah, I mean, it's not much I can really talk about in this game besides the fact that we look terrible against a struggling Jacksonville team. And after having 2 losses back to back, it's just like I wanted to see some fucking anger and some rage and let's take it out on these guys, because we don't. I don't know. It's making me second guess. We're going to make it to the playoffs, but what are we going to do when we get there? We're going against other teams that deserve to be there too.
What's the?
Because right now, if we were playing like we were the first part of the season, I would be more than confident. But the last 3 or 4 weeks, I'm not sold anymore. I'm starting to lose my confidence, and I just hope that we find a way to get that back, get that magic back.
Hey, at least some of us have confidence in their team. Sneak preview coming up here on No Rules, Just Sports.
That sounded so sad.
It is sad. It's about to get really sad in here.
You guys are gonna pretenders and contenders today are coming up, and then we're also going to put our little too early Super Bowl predictions this week as well. We're going to get Damien to chime in on this. So we're just going to let Damien guess it completely because Damien is not a football head. And I want Damien, do me a favor while we talk about here. Just look up top teams and
I'm
just
going to research.
Yeah, let us know who you think would make it to the Super Bowl.
I have one team already. I'll save it.
What's the status on Aaron
You can't
Jones?
say the Giants because they're not making
Not the Giants.
What's Aaron Jones looking like? I know he that was a big loss.
Hold on 1 second. I did not look today. Suffered a chest injury. I knew that. There's a video of him talking about it, but I'm gonna see if I can get the. Let me see. I know I saw a Vikings fan in here. If he knows before I can find it.
But at least you know what, Cam Akers. I guess they got Cam Akers for a reason.
He said the only reason I got cut off was because the X-ray machine was on a whole other side of the stadium. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have been carted off. So I mean, that's good.
So I guess he couldn't walk. I guess maybe he just got a free ride. Or
when you have to be helped off the field, I'm used to it being the most dire moment. That clearly wasn't the case. It was just a far X-ray machine. So I don't see anything about when if he's planning on being out. That's all he said about it.
Gotcha.
I hope you were here for my Ravens flock take there, sir. So, just saying, it was a good take. I kind of went in. I kind of went in, but nevertheless, here we are. What's next? What do we got, Matt?
I want to talk about. I want to talk about still. I want to talk about this. Was it?
Were you still going?
No, I was out. My thing is, like I said, at the end of the day, if we can get back to playing how we were playing at the beginning of the season, my confidence will be reborn. But the thing is like with the NFL season, once you start going down that hill, if you don't have a momentum turn game, you're just going to keep going down it. And I'm just we've had multiple losses back to back, and then we played that bad against a struggling team. We just have to have a bounce back game. And it's making me a little nervous. That's it.
7-4.
That's it.
I want to